Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Windmill and to another episode of Game Ramble. Today we're starting a playthrough of Resident Evil 4 in honor of Spooky Season, one of my favorite horror games ever. So, we're going to get started. Now, this is like the fourth playthrough of a Pro Mode save file. So, I've got a lot of money and I've got some of the unlockable weapons. So, gotta talk to the merchant first. See if there's anything I need. I don't think there is. I'm just gonna get right into the game. I'll never forget it. Yeah. This was the first Resident Evil game I really paid attention to. It got me introduced. It got me intrigued and interested to learn more about Resident Evil and play some of the older games. And I said in a previous video I played Resident Evil 2 on the N64, and I did beat it, but that was after Resident Evil 4. Well, I played it back in the day, like around the time it came out, but I only rented it. I didn't get a chance to play through it or anything. And I couldn't get used to the controls back then. Pardon me. Umbrella was finished. I don't know what it is about Leon, but as a character in a horror game, I find him very funny because he's so laid back and relaxed most of the time, but he seems so serious. At the same time, he's like the comic relief in this game. Leon makes all the jokes, you know? This reflection gets to me because if it's his reflection, his hair should be parted the opposite way. But if you look at his reflection, it's literally just his character model, sort of transparent outside the window. They didn't mirror it at all. They just used the exact same character model. So his hair is not actually reflected properly. I don't think that's a detail I've heard anybody else talk about. It's something I noticed a long fucking time ago. Yeah, and here's Leon. Just like, I'm sure you guys didn't come along so we could sing Kumbaya. This is such a great line. And these graphics, I mean, I know they're not great by today's standards, but for the GameCube, for the mid-2000s, this shit blew my mind. Like, yeah, these textures look kind of crap by today's standards, but seriously, just the amount of detail you can see in what's there, and the fact that it's sort of obscured by this sort of fog. And, there's like this dust in the air everywhere. So even though the graphics aren't great, it does a really good job of utilizing the GameCube's low resolution to make it look like a film grain instead of just pixely graphics. Again, it doesn't work as well as it used to, and I'm playing this on an HD TV, so it doesn't look as good as it used to, but still. They put enough detail in to make this look and feel like a very real location. And you don't even get to access this particular part of the game. It's just like a cutscene map. They probably don't even have any real collision. Yeah, this first episode's gonna be a lot of cutscenes. That's Resident Evil for you. I'll try to make this video a little bit longer than usual, but I like to have fun with the Game Ramble series. I don't put a ton of work into it. It's it's just about playing games and really feeling what you feel when you play these games. Trying to quantify and describe that.
Leon, I hope you can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan. I'll be your support on this mission.
Loud and clear. Somehow I thought you'd be a little lonely.
Yeah, it's the name.
Saw the subject's names
The name Ingrid
That's
does not
right.
evoke
She's
a
the
young
dog
person to
president.
me.
So try to behave yourself, okay?
Whoever this
No hate for anybody named Ingrid. I love the name,
I'll try to
but
find
it
you
is kind of an old fashioned name.
Good. Talk to you later. Leon out.
Leon out. A lot of times, like, you just go straight for the stuff, and like I'm not doing that in this playthrough. I want to actually kind of look at things, like take in the environments and just everything going on.
Not that way, cowboy.
I forgot about this little cutscene. See, that's something you could easily miss. Not that way, cow. So I can't go any further across the bridge. Okay. That's fine. I've got a fucking rifle. Yeah, there's literally like nothing over there. I wish you could get over there a little closer to see it, but it's basically just a fucking wall of trees. There's nothing really over there. I wanted to look at this fucking valley, this thing that this bridge is crossing, but these assholes are gonna keep stopping me. Alright, cowboys. I guess I'll go. Wish you could... Well, it doesn't matter. They're gonna get theirs in a very short time. Reload my gun. Shoot some crows. For a little bit of free cash. Ooh. Not 100% sure, but I think there's a bird's nest in one of these trees you can shoot down. But again, I mean, look at this environment. It's so rich with like detail. Yeah, it's blurry, but it does a good enough job at creating a believable environment that it just, to this day, it still kind of blows my mind. Just how good, like the detail on those window like panels, like the wood grain. It's not great, but for its time and using the low resolution, it works. It really works. I usually don't like games that take a too realistic of an approach, but for some reason Resident Evil 4 was good. It was just cartoony enough, but it had a realism where it needed it. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain. Because yeah, you got all these little details, like, you know, these bookshelves with random shit on them. But the characters and character models themselves look sort of anime, with a touch of realism. And I think that works kind of well.
Excuse me. Sir?
Something really eerie about this cutscene. Because it just looks so normal at first.
Photograph?
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? Lárgate, cabrón.
I wish I spoke Spanish because I have no idea what he was saying.
Freeze.
Sorry to have bothered you. I said freeze! Yeah, we're gonna just pop him. He'll be done. Let's just beat the shit out of this guy. He was having just a normal day. And then he fucked with Leon. Oh, here comes one of Leon's jokes. Maybe. No, maybe not. Maybe that's later on. Oh, there it is. This was the first time I heard the word shit spoken out loud in a game on a Nintendo console.
Is everything okay?
I'm sure it happened before that, but it was the first time I heard it.
Neutralize it. There's still others surrounding the area.
Get out of
Understood. Oh shit, there's more. But before we fight those guys, I want to take a look at something. This, like, was disgusting when I was a kid. Looking at it now, it's kind of goofy looking. But again, they did such a good job at making this shit look disgusting as fuck. For just being on a GameCube game. And it's a minor detail. And like, again, it's something you could very easily miss. Again, this building and its wood textures and just everything. So good. Ouch. Get rid of you. And, oh shit. He's dead. Pop this asshole a few times. And I believe we have reached our first save point, and probably where I'm going to end this first episode. Break some crates first. Alright. So, thanks everybody so much for joining me for this episode. As always, take it easy, and I will see you next time.